Nice! Hey everyone, welcome to Easy to Learn Yourself. In today's video we're going to create a word search puzzle. I will make one for Father's Day as an example, but feel free to make one for anybody else or for any occasion you like. For this tutorial I'll use the free version of Canva, and after logging in you will arrive on the main page. Start by selecting Create a Design in the top right corner. I'll use an A4 document, and once you selected your design template, you enter Canva's design area. You always begin with a new design with a blank canvas. We are going to create a word search puzzle, so the first thing you need to do is to add tables. Click on Elements in the left corner and search for tables in the search bar, and choose a table that suits your needs. So when you select a table you can add columns here and here, and currently there are 4 columns and we need 4 more because I want 8. So I press this button 4 times to add them, and if you pull the table apart at these points, make sure to hold down the shift key because otherwise something else might happen, which isn't a big deal, but you get a different result. And by the way, if you make a mistake you can easily use this button to undo your step or use these keys on your keyboard. And then I enlarge the table and center it, and these lines help you align your table and ensure they are centered. And then I click here 5 times as well to get 8 columns, and as you can see they have become squares, and then you make the table yourself. And then you need another table, and that's where the text will go. You need to click again on Elements, and then I click again on Tables. If you don't find them, then you have to search for it, or you can use your recently used ones. I select the table again and ensure that every box is in bold font and in caps lock. And then I make sure to come up with words that fit in the boxes. I'm making a gift for Father's Day, so I thought of words like my father's favorite food, his name and his favorite sport. And then I select the bottom table and ensure it's not in bold, but that all boxes are in caps lock. And then I fill the words in these squares. And the smartest thing to do is to start with the longest words first and then cross them off when you use them, which I do by making them green. Here I made an error because I thought the word didn't fit, but it did. If you click on a box, you can type a word with your keyboard directly. I put all my words in the first table, and in the second table I add the letters one by one. You can make it as creative as you want. I've placed many words vertically and even some words in reverse vertically, as most word search puzzles are made. If you have squares left over, just fill them with letters. Okay, skipping ahead. Everything is green now and all the words are in. And next I select the bottom table and choose a different font to make the word search puzzle more creative. I've chosen the font ETLY. I apply this font to both tables, and then I only change the font color to black for the top table. Then I adjust the top table by clicking again on the round points and holding down my shift key. As you can see the boxes become bigger, but then I will make them smaller. Now I don't use the shift key, I simply drag these lines to the correct position that I want, and finally I center the table again by clicking on this button. Now we have this, and I will make the table white, so I do this by clicking on border at the top left. And then I drag the table downwards, but as you can see the white table overlaps the table lines of the others. So what I do is move the layer, I click with my left mouse button and a menu appears, and then I click on layers and select show layers. All you need to do is to drag the white table downwards, and then it won't be visible anymore. After that you just need to reselect the table again and drag it back up a bit. And sometimes when you're working on a design you might not find it appealing and decide to change it completely. As you can see I did that. I am rearranging everything because I didn't like my design. For this design I started by adding text to the design. I pressed the letter T on my keyboard and a text box appeared where I entered this text. Then I chose again this font ETLY and adjusted its thickness. I also applied the settings for the letter spacing and line spacing. And then next I select draw from the left toolbar and attempted to draw a heart, but it didn't turn out well, so if you're skilled at drawing, I recommend give it a try. However, I opted to use the heart from the elements section instead. I selected elements and searched for hearts in the search bar. I found this lovely heart, adjusted its color, and then I copied it several times, and these hearts will be placed in front of the words. As a final step, I added a dashed line where you can write the receiver's name. Then, since this is a very simple design, I decided to add a fun background to it. So I select elements and then choose a shape, which is a square. I adjust the size accordingly, and then I click the left mouse button that brings up a menu. From there I select layers and then show all layers. Next I select the layer and drag it all the way down, making it the bottom layer. Then I go back to elements and search for something festive in the search bar. I choose confetti to be my background. I select the photo and resize it to fit the entire background. After that I copy the photo using these shortcuts on my keyboard. So now I have two, and then I flip the bottom one to create a different design. And then I go back to layers and select show all layers again. I group the image in the layers and then drag it all the way down, placing it under the rectangle shape. So this is now the bottom layer. I adjust the transparency of the image to make it lighter, and as a final step I give the rectangle shape a nice color for the border style. And these are the colors that I have used. To download your final design, you can save it as a PDF file and then select PDF print. If you have Canva Pro, I recommend changing the file type to CMYK because it will result in a better print quality. If you're using the free version, I suggest downloading it as a JPEG file and then printing it. I hope this video was helpful to you. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I do my best to assist you if you face any issues. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and don't forget to give it a like and consider subscribing.